So students, now what is latent heat? As you must be knowing, latent heat is the amount of heat transfer required to cause a phase change of a substance at constant pressure and temperature. So it is a very important point that the phase change should occur at constant pressure and temperature. So for example, the changing of liquid water into vapor, its counterpart vapor phase, and this is a very common example you can see in house, in your kitchen also, that if you start heating the water and continuously heat it up, then at 100 degrees centigrade the water will start boiling, and after some time you see that temperature is constant, but the water is changing its phase from liquid to vapor. So that particular phase is called that particular sorry that at that moment where the heat is being transferred from for changing phase, that is from liquid to vapor, is called latent heat. And the amount of heat, okay, so students, now since many of the processes you see that occurs at constant pressure in our universe, not at constant volume. So the process that I have discussed just now also occurs at constant pressure, since atmospheric pressure is constant, therefore it is written there at constant pressure. Moreover, a word is also written at constant temperature. Why? Because during phase change, the temperature is constant. So, what happens during the phase change, or whether it is a changing from liquid to vapor or from vapor to liquid? Actually, what happens? If I say consider an example of changing of liquid into vapor, then actually the bonds break and the molecules get freed up. So the whole energy is transferred into breaking of bonds, uh, so that liquid can change into vapor part. So that's why at that moment, that is during the phase change movement, you don't see any rise in temperature, because all the heat is going in breaking of the bonds. So that is why it is written there that temperature is constant. Now there are two types of latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization, and one more is there also there, that is latent heat of sublimation. It is written here at the end, latent heat of sublimation. Now what are these latent heat? As the name suggests, the latent heat of fusion is the amount of heat transferred to melt unit mass of solid into liquid, or to freeze unit mass of liquid to solid. It is generally represented by L within subscript FU, that is fusion. So what is fusion? As you know that fusion means to fuse. So when to melt a unit mass of solid into liquid, or to freeze unit mass of liquid to solid, then the amount of heat transferred is known as latent heat of fusion. Now the next is latent heat of vaporization. It is termed as the amount of heat required to vaporize unit mass of liquid into vapor, or condense unit mass of vapor into liquid. That is the both the cases, that is to convert liquid into vapor or its counter, vapor into liquid. The one more thing, that in converting liquid into vapor you are giving heat, whereas when vapor is converted into liquid, then heat is being released. In that case also latent heat is being released. Okay, and in converting liquid into vapor, latent heat is being given. So these are the two prospects, that when the phase change from liquid to vapor, then heat is being given, and in the phase change from vapor to liquid, then heat is being rejected. In the same way, the for solid and liquid also, that is if the phase is from solid to liquid, then heat is being given, and if it is freezing, that is from liquid to solid, then it is again a heat rejection. Now moving to the last definition, latent heat of sublimation. What is sublimation process? As you must be knowing that in sublimation, the solids directly convert into vapor form without going into the liquid form, like camphor. As you know that it is used in our uh, when we are using in praying or in some other experiments. So the camphor directly goes into the vapor form without going into the liquid form. So that is known as sublimation and is defined as, and latent heat of sublimation is defined as, latent heat of is the amount of heat transferred to cover unit mass of solid to vapor or vice versa. So vice versa case is also there. Now students, hopefully you have understood these definitions. Now proceeding to the numerical part. So this is the first, very first numerical. Although I would say that you have to understood it very carefully. A little bit typical, not that easy one, because I have to give some example to recognize what actually the it is going on. So first of all, read it. What does the numerical is saying and what we want to find out, and how can I correlate this numerical with our nearby devices. Just have a look. A piston and a cylinder machine containing a fluid system, a steering device in the cylinder as shown in figure. Sorry. The piston is frictionless and is held against the fluid due to atmospheric pressure of 18 kilopascal. The steering device is turned 10,000 revolution with an average torque against the fluid. Now the word is here, against the fluid of 18 meter newton. The piston displaces 0.6 meter diameter out 0.8 meter. Find the net work transfer for the system. So students, just go through the diagram, and then I will tell you how you can correlate this system with your existing nearby kitchen utensils or devices. Now correlate the system. A piston cylinder device is having a stirrer. What does the stirrer means? A stirrer means which can rotate the fluid fastly in a cylinder or in a bucket or in any other closed device. So it is a stirrer. This one is a stirrer. The piston is frictionless. That means friction is not present within these piston cylinder device, and is held against the fluid due to atmospheric pressure. That means when this stirrer is not moving, then the pressure is balancing it. Atmospheric pressure is balancing the this fluid. The steering device, now what they are saying, the steering device is turned 10,000 revolution per minute. Here it should be RPM. So what they are saying, that this steering device is turned at a speed of 10,000 RPM, and the torque exerted by torque with an average torque against the fluid of itna. Now this word is important, that this steering is done against the fluid, and what is the torque exerted? It is 1.275 meter newton, and due to this steering action, means as this piston rotates, the fluid start moving, and due to this agitative movement of the fluid, the piston, which is of 0.6 meter diameter, moves out 0.8 meter. What does this mean? That this the piston diameter is 0.6 meter, and due to this steering action the piston moves out by 0.8 meter. Now we have to determine the net work transfer for the system. Okay students, so first of all, what the actually the kitchen appliance you can resemble it, you can resemble this kitchen appliance by an mixie mixer which is not whose lid, that is the lid in mixie is not tightly covered. So what does this mean? As you start mixing, then due to the pressure of the fluid, due to the agitation of the fluid, this that lid, that cap of the mixer will blew up. So now you can resemble that this stirrer is nothing but a agitator which agitates the liquid, and due to this agitation, as the lid moves out, this piston also moves out. Now if they are asking what is the work done, so now students, what is will be the work done? Work will be done against the atmosphere, since piston will not move just like that. That means that if you start if the fluid start rotating, then it is not so that there is no resistance present here. Atmospheric pressure is present here which will resist the movement of the piston. So it means that a torque is acting in this way, and in the same way a pressure is also acting in a counterpart. So there, what will be the net work done? The net work done will be the difference between these two. So now let's start with the numerical. Hopefully you have understood. So what will be the work done by the steering device upon the system? Look up now. Look up these words. Work done by the steering device upon the system. What does this mean? That work is being transferred to the system, or work is done on the system. Why? Because due to steering, due to this movement, the fluid starts rotating. Hence, work is done on the system. Hopefully, you have understood that system. What is system in this example? Our system in this example is this liquid or the fluid. That's why here a dot is shown, which represents that our attention should be present here, and where we are focusing, that is known as the system. So in this, what is system? This is our system. In these types of numericals, students, you must first identify the system, the boundary, and the surroundings, because these are the important things. If you don't identify the system, surroundings, and boundary, then you may proceed in the wrong direction or end up with a wrong solution. So it is very important to identify the system, surrounding, and boundary. So in this particular numerical, surround system is this, that is the fluid. Now what are the surroundings? These are the surroundings, that is everything outside the system is surrounding. And what is the boundary? Boundary is this one, this one, this one. So three are fixed, and this one is movable. Okay, why? Because you can see that piston is moving to and fro, hence the boundary is movable. Now which type of system is this? So you can identify, this is a closed system. Why a closed system? Because mass cannot transfer. Mass is not transferring. Therefore, it is a closed system. But energy is transferred in the form of work. How? You can see that if energy is transferred to this system, then piston moves. So it becomes the case of a closed system in which mass does not transfer but energy transfer takes place. The second point, boundary is movable, but real boundaries are present but they are moving. No imaginary boundary is present. And we have identified the system. Fluid is the system, this is surrounding, and this is a boundary. So I think now you have understood the problem, that it is a case of closed system. Now this I have also discussed, that work is being done by the steerer, by the work is done on the system by this steering device. This I have discussed with you earlier. But the work is done by the system by on the atmospheric air. Why? Because the piston moves outward. Why I'm saying that work is done by the system on the atmosphere? Why? Because it is written here that piston moves outward. So therefore it means that work is done by the system on the atmosphere, but the steering action does the work on the system. So therefore a net work transfer is taking place. Moreover, the work is done also by this atmospheric pressure. So we have to take out the net work transfer. What is the net work transfer? The work transfer by due to this steering action and this atmospheric. Their difference will assure us that piston is moving out. So taking out these work transfer one by one. First of all, work done by the steering device upon the system. Now I think you must be clear why upon the system. Therefore, a negative sign is being put. You can see the negative sign. It is minus 2 pi n t. Why negative? Because as per our sign convention, a negative sign is to be introduced if work is done on the system, and n is the number of rotations and t is the torque. So putting all the values, we get the net work transfer. Now negative sign, as I have explained you, work is done on the system. So the work done on the system by the steering device is minus 80 kilojoule. Okay. Now work done by the system upon the surroundings. Okay. Why upon the surroundings? Because the piston moves outward. That's why work is done on the surroundings, not on the system. So therefore, what will be the work done? What is the movement? Force into length or distance. And what is the force? Pressure acting per unit area, pressure into area into length. Why? Because force is equal to pressure upon area. Sorry, wrong statement. Pressure is equal to force upon area. Therefore, this much. So P into A, putting all the values, these are the values. Why 0.6 square? Because diameter of the piston is 0.6. What is L? L is 0.8 meter. Why? Because the piston moves out by 0.8 meter. Now it is written there that what is atmospheric pressure. You must be knowing that 1 kilopascal is equal to 1 kilonewton per meter square. That means Pascal, and 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. And after putting all these values, just see the units that I put it, the unit of pressure in kilopascal. Hence my answer will come in kilojoule, as here also it is kilojoule. Therefore the work done by the system upon the surrounding will be W2 is equal to this much. Okay, this you can now just look at this is the positive work. Why positive? Because as you can see that system does the work upon the piston, due to which the piston moves outward against the atmospheric pressure. Now students, you can ask, sir, why are you not considering the atmospheric pressure? So in general, just remember that atmospheric pressure is exerted by on each and every direction, so they are cancelled out, which is treated in some advanced theories of thermodynamics and fluid mechanics. So not going in detail, just moving to the our part. So here it comes. This is a positive work. Hence the net work transfer, that means the work transfer is W1 plus W2. General statement, that is the net work transfer will be the sum of the two work transfer. Now adding both these value of W1 and W2, the net result is this much, that is minus of 57.1 kilojoule. So what does this mean? Can you just imagine? Okay, this means that steering action is faster or dominating as compared to the atmospheric pressure. Now you can see this, that due to steering action work is done on the fluid and it moves out. Hence steering action is more dominating, that is work is done on the system. Now my question, have you ever seen this device in your kitchen or anywhere else? Okay, uh, first of all, you can take the example of mixer whose lid is not tightly, whose lid is not closed, just the cap is put it on the top. Or if you have gone to drink lassi on a local shop, then you can just invest, then just see how that lassi is being made of. They use a stirrer which is operated by a motor, and that plate which is put it on the beaker just moves up and down. You must have visualized that one. So what is that? It is actually this numerical. You can resemble this numerical to that one. That is the making of a lassi or the mixer. You can resemble that one. It is not exactly, but to imagine you, to give an imagination that how the things work. You can imagine go to that one. So I think this numerical is clear to you. Very good numerical, and I think you must just go up to this numerical once again whenever you have time, and if any issues then please do ask me. Anyway, coming to the next numerical. Now it is an easy one. Actually I have taken this numerical first previously, then that one, then the previous one in the last, so that you can just have some clear concept that it is from I am moving from easy to the tougher side. Well, anyway, this is an easy one, and you can come up, and many of you can do this numerical on your own. But still, uh, moving to the next part, and now what this numerical says, just read out. I am reading it first. It is required to melt 5 tons per hour of iron from a charge at 15 degrees centigrade. It is 15 degrees centigrade, dear students. The picture was not clear. Charge at 15 degrees centigrade to molten metal at 1650 degrees centigrade. The melting point is of 1535 degrees centigrade. That is, melting point of all iron is given to be 1535 degrees centigrade. The latent heat is given to be 270 kilojoule per kilogram. So what does this mean? This means that to break the solid iron ore requires 270 kilojoule of energy per kilogram to convert into liquid liquid iron ore, molten iron. The specific heat in solid state is 0.502, and in liquid state it is given to be a function of 29.93 upon atomic weight kilojoule per kilogram. If the density in molten state is this much, and the volume of both and the volume of the bath, that is furnace, is 3 times the hourly melting rate, then find the dimension of the cylindrical furnace. If the length to diameter ratio is 2, and it is given that atomic weight of iron is 56, 5656. So many of the students have understood how to proceed. Still, now correlating the numerical with the with your data, correlating the numerical, explaining you the numerical. Just look up that an iron ore is to be melted, and what is this? What is the melting rate? 5 tons per hour. Now what does the 5 tons per hour means? It means 5000 kilogram per hour. That means 1 ton is equal to 1000 kilogram. So they have written in very improper unit. So it means that 5000 kilogram per hour. Now proceeding further, of iron from a charge at 15 degrees centigrade to molten metal at 1650 degrees centigrade. So what does it mean? It means that 5000 kilogram per hour of iron ore is melted. Okay, so charge means ore, that you must be studied in your chemistry, that 5000 kilogram per hour of ore is melted. And what is the temperature of the ore? It is given to be 15 degrees centigrade. It is written here, not visible properly. 15 degrees centigrade. To which temperature they are taking to be? It is they are taking up to the temperature of 1650 degree centigrade. That means the iron is taken from at a temperature of 15 degree centigrade, and what comes out is the molten metal at a temperature of 1650 or 1650 degree centigrade. Now what's the next line?